Right now, as you watch this, there is no sound reaching you. There never was. What you call sound is a ghost, a hallucination your brain generates from pressure waves it has never actually heard. The universe outside your skull is in total, absolute, permanent silence. And every piece of music that has ever moved you to tears existed only inside your head. Let that sit for a moment, because what I'm about to show you isn't philosophy. It isn't poetry, it's physics. And by the end of this, the world around you will sound and feel fundamentally different. Here's what actually happens when you strike a guitar string. The string vibrates. That vibration pushes the air molecules next to it. Those molecules bump into the ones beside them, which bump into the next ones, which bump into the next. A chain reaction of collisions rippling outward in all directions at roughly 343 meters per second. That's it. That is everything the physical universe produces. A mechanical disturbance, a pressure wave, a series of molecules nudging each other through space. There's no color to it, no tone, no melody, no beauty, just physics doing what physics does. Matter in motion, transferring energy from one point to another. That wave eventually reaches your ear. It pushes against your eardrum, a thin membrane roughly the size of your fingernail. The eardrum vibrates. 3 tiny bones, the smallest in your entire body, amplify that vibration and pass it into a spiral fluid-filled chamber called the cochlea. Inside the cochlea, thousands of hair cells bend in response to the fluid moving around them. Each bending hair cell fires an electrical signal up the auditory nerve. And here is where the universe ends and the hallucination begins. That electrical signal arrives in your auditory cortex, a region of your brain tucked behind your ears. And your brain does something extraordinary. It takes this raw stream of electrical impulses, which have no sound, no pitch, no warmth, no resonance, and it constructs an experience. It builds from nothing but voltage the rich, layered, emotional world of sound that you believe you are hearing. The low rumble of thunder, the precise crack of a snare drum, your mother's voice, a symphony, a whisper in the dark. None of those things exist outside your skull, not one of them. What exists outside is pressure, waves of compression and rarefaction moving through a medium. The experience, like the actual sound, of course, is manufactured entirely by your nervous system. You're not a passive receiver picking up signals from the world. You are an active constructor, building a reality that feels external but is generated within. This is where our intuition completely breaks down. Think about outer space. You've seen the movies, spaceships exploding in massive fireballs, the thunderous roar of engines, the dramatic sound of a collision between 2 vessels. All of it is fiction, because in space there is no medium, no air, no water, no molecules to push against each other. A star the size of 1,000 suns could detonate 10 kilometers from you, and you would hear absolutely nothing. The explosion would be catastrophically violent in every physical sense and in complete silence. Space isn't quiet because it's far away. Space is silent because silence is the universe's default state. Sound requires matter to travel through, and most of the universe is a vacuum, which means this. The universe has been expanding for 13.8 billion years. Stars have been born and died, galaxies have collided, black holes have torn space apart, and through all of it, through every cosmic event in the history of everything, and the universe itself has never once made a sound. Not because it lacked violence, but because no one was there to hallucinate one. But wait, it gets stranger, because this isn't just true for the cosmos. It's true for you personally in the most intimate possible way. You were not born hearing. the architecture of sound perception, the neural pathways, the cortical maps, the interpretive frameworks your brain uses to convert pressure waves into experience. All of that was built slowly through exposure, through learning, through the brain, physically rewiring itself in response to the signals it received. Infants don't hear what you hear. They receive the same pressure waves, but their brains don't yet know what to make them mean. A newborn's auditory world is closer to raw noise than to the organized, meaningful soundscape adults experience. The brain learns to hear, and different brains learn differently. A musical scale that sounds natural and inevitable to someone raised in Western musical tradition sounds strange and unresolved to someone raised with different tonal systems. The same pressure waves, completely different experiences. Because the experience isn't in the wave, it's in the interpreter. This is not a metaphor. Neuroscientists can measure this. Different people exposed to identical acoustic stimuli show measurably different patterns of brain activation. The sound you hear is a portrait of your brain, not a recording of the world. Now here is the thought experiment that I want you to sit with. Imagine a perfectly accurate recording of your favorite piece of music, every frequency captured, every nuance preserved. Now play that recording to a rock. The rock receives the same pressure waves you do, the same physics applies, the same compression and rarefaction moves through the air around the rock, just as it moves through the air around you. Does the rock hear music? Of course not, because the rock has no auditory cortex, no nervous system, no interpretive architecture. The music doesn't exist for the rock, not because the rock is broken, but because music was never a property of the sound wave in the first place. It was always a property of the system receiving it. You are not hearing music because music is out there. You are hearing music because you are the kind of system that generates the experience of music from certain patterns of pressure. Remove the system, the music vanishes completely, instantaneously, without remainder. The concert you attended last summer, the one that gave you chills, produced no music at all. It produced vibrations. You produced the music inside your skull alone. But this leads somewhere even deeper. And this is where physics stops and something more unsettling begins. If sound is constructed by the brain, then what else is? Color is the same story. There are no colors in the electromagnetic spectrum, only wavelengths. Your visual cortex invents red and blue and gold. Pain is the same. There is no pain signal traveling to your brain, only electrical impulses that your brain interprets as pain. Smell, taste, warmth, all of them are neural constructions, translations from physical reality into experiential reality. The world you experience, or the rich, textured, beautiful, terrifying world you move through every day, is not the world as it is. It is a model, a rendering, a user interface your nervous system has built to help you navigate physical reality without ever showing you physical reality directly. You have never seen a photon. You have never heard a pressure wave. You have never touched an electron. You have only ever experienced your brain's best interpretation of the signals those things produce. The universe is not what it looks like, or sounds like, or feels like, because looking and sounding and feeling are things you do to it, not things it does to you. And here is where I want to leave you. The next time you hear something beautiful, a piece of music, rain on a window, someone saying your name in a voice you love, pause for just a moment. Recognize that what you're experiencing is not coming from out there. It is coming from in here. Your brain, working in the dark with nothing but electrical signals, is constructing something so vivid, so immediate, so emotionally real that you spent your entire life mistaking it for the external world. That is not a diminishment. That is not a reason to feel deceived. It is the most astonishing fact about your existence. You are not a passive observer of a universe that generates experience on its own. You are a co-creator. The universe provides the raw material, vibrations, wavelengths, pressure, energy, and you provide the meaning, the color, the music, the beauty. Silence is the truth of the physical world. Everything else, every sound you've ever heard, every song that has ever broken your heart open, that is you. That has always been you. And that changes everything. If this made you hear the world differently, subscribe, because there are more of these waiting, and each one goes somewhere you didn't expect.